spent 2 weeks studying abroad in Indonesia. Student moisturiser is my favourite moisturiser at the moment. So basically 27 students, insane. Went to Jakarta, and Surabaya. So all three of these places are located in Java. Nothing could have prepared me for how hot it was. And because we were in a Muslim country, we did have to dress more modestly. So I'm talking pants, shirts. It was hot. And it was hard to adjust to, but we did get there eventually, and the fits were actually so cute. One of the highlights of the trip was that we got to stay at an Islamic boarding school when we were in Yogyakarta. And we were actually speaking to some of the students about how like dressing more modestly was a bit challenging, and they got so excited. Their literal entire faces like lit up, and they were like, thank you so much for respecting our culture. And like that just made every bit of sweat worth it. Boarding school experience was literally just amazing. At some points of the trip we had to use squatting toilets. That was scary. Now I was low-key expecting to slum it for 2 weeks. Uni trip and all. Guys, we were in the nicest accommodations. Incredible. I'm just so grateful that we got put in such nice accommodation. I've stayed in some very nice hotels, and these were the comfiest beds I've ever stayed in. My makeup with this top on is so risky. Business class travel for one of the trains. It was like the most lush experience of my life. It wasn't all fun and games. We did have to do some study. Like we had classes to attend, and we do have an assignment. We got to have like such amazing experiences that otherwise I would not have experienced. Like we went to courts in Indonesia. The Supreme Court, which is the highest court in Indonesia, we got to go there. That's just like insane. This is my favorite blush ever. We got to visit some law firms. When I got to Indonesia, like my first thought was, this is so affordable. Like I've been traveling Europe for the past 2 years, and like that shit is expensive. Like to buy one bottle of water in Europe, it's like $5 in some places. In Spain. In Indonesia, I bought 4 big bottles of water for like $2.80. This trip had a very big emphasis on understanding religion and culture. And so we had the opportunity to learn a lot about Islam in Indonesia. And this was the most eye-opening experience possibly of my life. Like, I can't even explain how much my perception has changed to the world, and like my assumptions were challenged. We met the most beautiful people ever. Everyone we met was so kind. There was free time. We did plenty of shopping. Went out clubbing a few times. If you're my teachers, you didn't hear that. Side note though, the nightlife is like insane. I will say though, cocktails were expensive. To be honest though, I tried not to drink too many of them, just with everything that was happening with methanol, and I just tried to buy as many bottled drinks as I could. I went on my first Gojek on this trip, and many more afterwards, and they were